The fuel line kit is a fast and easy way to service your small engine's fuel system. It consists of new fuel lines, the primer bulb, the tank grommet, and the fuel filter. Over time, the plastic and rubber components will harden and crack. This can lead to loss of fuel flow, fuel leaks, or air leaking into the fuel system. Installing the fuel line kit is a repair that you can do yourself, and I'm going to show you how.
Hi, I'm Mark Socha.
Do-it-yourself repairs like these are easier than you might think. From lawn machines to cordless drills, kitchen mixers,
Outdoor grills.
our how-to videos walk you through each repair from start to finish. So doing it yourself means never having to do it alone.
Let's get started.
I'll start by removing the air filter cover and the air filter. Now remove the two nuts that secure the air box. With the nuts removed, I can pull the air box away from the carburetor. Next, I'll remove the primer bulb from the air box. The primer bulb is held in place with a couple of plastic tabs. I'll use a pair of needle nose pliers to squeeze the tabs and remove the primer bulb. Next, I need to access the throttle linkage so I can remove it from the carburetor. To do that, I'll need to remove the starter and the side housing. With the flywheel side housing removed, now I can pull the trigger away from the opposite housing and remove the linkage from the carburetor. Now I'll remove the carburetor gasket and pull the carburetor away from the studs. And disconnect the fuel lines. I'll also remove the inner gasket. Now I'll remove the fuel tank from the housing. Now I'll remove the grommet from the fuel tank. I'll use a small screwdriver to pry it away from the tank. Now I can install the new fuel line kit back into the tank. You'll notice on the grommet there's a tab. If you look at your tank, there's a notch. You'll want to align the tab opposite of the notch. I'll apply a little 2-cycle oil to the grommet to make it easier to install it into the tank. And again, I'll use a small screwdriver to tuck the grommet down into the tank. I'll be careful that I don't puncture any of the fuel lines. Now reinstall the fuel tank back into the housing and secure it with the screws. I'll reinstall the inner carburetor gasket. Now I can reinstall the carburetor. Now I'll reconnect the fuel lines to the carburetor. And I'll slide the carburetor back over the mounting studs. I'll reconnect the throttle linkage and place the throttle trigger back into the housing. And I'll reinstall the outer carburetor gasket. And now reinstall the housings. And now reinstall the starter. And now reinstall the airbox. I'll snap the primer bulb back into the airbox. Align the airbox with the studs, and secure it with the nuts. And I'll finish up by reinstalling the air filter and the air filter cover. And that's how you can replace the fuel line kit on your small engine. Be sure to check back often for new videos and expert advice. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up.
And leave a comment.